Okay, good evening all once again. I think you could see my screen, right? Very good noon all. Very good evening. And today actually we're just going to continue about previous classes. And previous classes we have seen about electricity that's called load profile and load pattern, right? So load profile and the load pattern we have seen in our last class, right? With a small quick recall and we're just going to continue, right? So what actually that load curve or maybe load pattern or maybe load profile? Right, so the curve it will indicate that how actually that the customer is now consuming electricity energy. That's what it shows that the ultimate meaning, right? So ultimate meaning of the load curve is nothing but how actually that the customer is now consuming electricity energy and which pattern actually they're consuming, right? So this is what load curve. And in this load curve we could able to identify in this load curve we could able to identify the peak demand, right? So we could able to identify and where actually that load is now, it will be at a peak load, could and peak time we could able to identify. So these are the things we have seen on our last classes, right? So in this peak load, right, that is called the peak time and peak demand, definitely our energy supply, that's called who actually that generating more energy, right, who will just face more problem, right? So at the time of peak demand, in the form of operational cost and the entire life of that particular alternator, everything is going to become much difficulty, right? So at the time of peak demand alone, say remaining time no issues and they're just going to use up much energy, but at the peak time, so it will be very difficult. So we need to focus on that particular time period to avoid that peak demand, right? So what are the things it will be useful to do reduce the peak demand, we'll see today, right? These are the thing we have seen yesterday, and what are the different kind of electricity consumers are there, right? So residential, right, electricity consumer and commercial, agriculture, and major energy consumer like industry and transport. And their load curve also we have seen, right? So how actually the residential or maybe domestic people load curve will be, and commercial people load curve will be, and industrial people load curve. What are these are the things we have seen, and today, which to directly move into what could I say, peak demand. Peak demand, reducing peak demand. Right? What are the different things will be available to reduce peak demand? So before into that, so we'll have quick recall about that's called demand side load management. It's called demand side load management or supply side load management. We'll see. So actually, we'll have two types of power supply, AC as well as DC. People already know, right? So we could able to store a DC power in battery, but we couldn't able to store much amount of energy, right? So it will be very difficult. And as well as AC, you couldn't able to produce much energy, but we couldn't able to store it at some large quantities. It will be very difficult. So it means that the production as well as the consumption of electricity energy of alternating current at the same time. So we are just generating and we are just going to consuming at the same time, right? That's the beauty of AC. So we couldn't able to store it as well as. So that's a big issue. And these are the small characteristics about our electricity energy. And it means that power generation, that's called who actually supply that electricity energy, that's called power generation. That is called, we just started about a thermal power station, and we're just talking about every example as my thermal power station, right? So they must demand, they just match the demand alteration, right? As well as demand is now definitely, we already people discussed, right, that load curve and load pattern may get affected, right? So due to my environmental changes, that's causing seasonal variation as well as customers pattern. Definitely due to last class we have seen customers mind as well as seasonal reason, seasonal climate change. Definitely my load pattern may get changed. So if the load pattern if just changed, then demand also may get alteration. So for that purpose, that the power generator who actually giving a power supply, they need to match the requirement, which the requirement is now raised by a customers. Right? Definitely, we need to deal those things also. Right now, if I just go with that, right? So if you're just able to, what could I say, if it's going to make a demand side management sense, because if a thermal station is now generating much amount of electricity energy, even though we'll have a n number of customers, right? So around, it will be around 20 lakhs customers are there for a thermal power station itself. We couldn't able to restrict to them, right? So 20 lakhs customers, we couldn't able to restrict them, and we couldn't able to put a rule, common rule for every 20 lakh electricity consumers, right? It will be a very difficult job. So that's why they just go with that management on my supply side. That's called my demand side, right? And by doing those things, right, so you could able to manage your electricity energy as well as total entire economy analysis, economic process also you could able to manage, right, for the purpose. So that management means that, so planning and implementation activities, right, so that will influence our customers. So you could say that you could able to change, or maybe you could able to, what could I say, you could able to change, or you could able to modify your load curve in such a way that you could able to run your power plant in a smoother manner, right? So if you just want to run your power plant in a perfect manner, or maybe efficient things, definitely we need to match the demand, as well as in such a way that you could need to remove that peak demand. So totally you could able to remove it, but you could able to modify the load pattern, right? So அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி we need to make a planning, right? So அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி plan பண்ணணும். அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி we are just going to implement some activities, right? So those activities called peak clipping, right? So load shifting and valley filling. So valley filling. So valley filling. So these are the different techniques or activities, right, which will help to reduce peak demand in our thermal power station, right? So what are these three activities? We'll see one by one. So by doing peak clipping and load shifting and valley filling, so by doing these three different activities, so you could able to change the load curve or load pattern in such a way that you could able to run your thermal power plant in a smoother manner, right? What are those techniques? We'll see, right? So these are the three important technique which will use to reduce the peak demand in thermal power plant, right? As well as, so these are the methodologies also. So these are the some traditional methodology. They will it will use your reduce your peak demand. One by one, we'll see. One is the techniques which are used in a power plant, as well as demand and load management. So these three technique which will use to modify your load pattern, right? So load pattern now is the real load curve. These are the load curve. So you could able to modify your load curve with the help of here we'll have a peak, right? So we'll have a peak. We're just going to use three different types of technique to change and maybe to modify the load curve. We'll see one by one. One is a peak clipping, one is a valley filling, one is a load shifting. So these are the three techniques. So first technique, peak filling. So peak filling in the sense will have load curve. It will be load curve will be look like this, right? You could see this is what my load curve. So where actually peak demand is occurring over here. So this is what now we are just going to remove this peak, right? That's why it's called peak clipping. So we'll see how actually peak clipping is. They just following in our thermal plant, right? We'll have one more technique that's called valley filling. Not actually valley filling. So if it is a load curve, it will be look like this. If a load curve will be look like this, right? For example, I'm just writing over here. So this is what one more peak, and this is what one more peak. So this is what a load curve, right? So now we'll have a valley over here, right? So it's like a hill station of upon layer. There's what a valley. So in between the two curves gap, right? It's not a valley. So that actually they will just fill this area, right? So actually we'll see later, right? Like actually a valley filling. And last one, load shifting. It's a famous technique, right? And load shifting in the sense, so during peak demand like a loader, they're just going to shift into move maybe after or before, right? So time period they will just move. So we'll see one by one what it is exactly. So first thing is now peak clipping, right? You may cross this small thing in our previous semesters, right? So peak clipping, what actually peak clipping? So peak clipping is nothing but, right? So if a load curve, it will be look like this. So if a load curve, it will be look like this. So where actually peak, so peak is nothing but this area. So this area is now occurring about this time period. So for example, industry, right? So definitely So the peak demand is going to be occurring on my 6 to 8 p.m. evening time, right? Definitely. In a thermopower plant, I will have that phase, we will have that field 6 to 8 p.m. as well as morning 8 to 10 p.m. So it will be, these are the peak hours in thermopower plant, right? 6 to 8 p.m. So in the 6 to 8 p.m. Right? So for example, this is what my generator, if it is, for example, I'm telling, right? So this is what my generator, it's going to be generator electric power supply. So for example, there is 100 customers is now connected, right? Total customers count is now 100 customer, right? The maximum capacity about 100 customer. If a 100 customer is now encased, definitely the alternator, maybe generator, is going to run at full speed, right? So the got a maximum power supply connection, right? That's what a time period about 6 to 8 p.m. Right? In the PM, so what all the customers are connected? So we need to have make a survey, right? So we need to make a survey and we need to identify those customers, right? So these are the customers will introduce this peak demand. So customers அதிகமா electricity consume பண்ணாதான் the generator itself need to generate much power. So அப்ப எல்லா customers connect ஆயிட்டானா definitely எல்லா customers particular the same time they just now consuming much energy. So on the same time is now called peak time. That's well as peak demand, right? So இது எப்படி நம்ம வந்துட்டு peak clipping பண்ண முடியும், right? Now we are just going to introduce a direct control techniques. What actually we are just going to do? So we are just going to what could I say? We are just going to introduce some of the technology. There is a small what could I say? Small controlling element. We are just need to purchase and we need to install on a particular company equipment, right? Or maybe we could able to what could I say? We are just going to introduce one more small what could I say, a small control element on my load side, right? So if you're just going to install some of a load, right? So directly we are just going to install some of a control element on our customer side, right? Automatic, that's called small electronic timer, right? For example, I'm just going to install electronic timer on my load side. So I'm just going to fix my load, right? So I'm just going to cut off, or maybe I'm just going to isolate that particular electrical application from it grade about 6 to 8 p.m. So இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், எலக்ட்ரானிக் யூட்டிலிட்டி that equipmentல I am electronic timerல I am just going to fix about this time period 6 to 8 p.m. Once I just fix this time, definitely this is what I know, right? So this is what I peak hour, right? So this is a contract time between my customer as well as electrical consumer side, supplier side, right? So once the electronic time and fix பண்றேன், so I'm just fixing about 6 to 8 p.m. So this time definitely my electrical equipment which is now connected to my utility grid is now getting isolated. So 6 p.m. reach it's now automatically disconnected and 8 p.m. it's now reconnecting, right? So by doing this, so definitely able to reduce your peak demand values, right? So இதை என்ன பண்ணணும்னா this is what it's called direct control, right? So this is what a direct control, right? By doing this one, the consumer appliances is getting disconnected from the utility grid, right? Based upon my equipment control element, based upon my control thing, right? Definitely could able to clip your peak demand, right? So this is what a direct control method, right? So this is what a direct controlled consumer is now directly controlled by the utility and easily as it is enforced with my peak time, right? So electrical appliances definitely அந்த டைம்ல அதிகமா இருக்கும். This is what directly control பண்ணுவாங்க from a consumer side as well as utility side also, right? And second thing, valley filling. So valley filling is nothing but, right? So for example, generator பார்த்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா morning we are just having a load curve about 24 hours to 24 hours. So morning, for example, I'm still talking about, so morning 6 a.m., right? Load cut will be look like this. 10 a.m. it will be somewhat high. 12 a.m. it will be somewhat high. So 2 p.m. it will be somewhat here. 4 p.m. and 6 to 10 p.m. it will be somewhat very high. So 11 p.m., 12 p.m. and it will be somewhat morning 6 a.m. So this is what a load curve, for example, 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., right? So this entire load curve, it will indicate that your load pattern, right? As now we are having a values like this, right? So about this is what my 2 to 4 p.m., right? 2 to 5 p.m. and this is what my 6 to 8 p.m., right? So this is what my 8 to 10 p.m. So 8 to 10 p.m., 10 a.m., right? So 8 to 10 a.m. So the remaining 8 p.m. to morning 6 a.m. It will be somewhat load curve will be look like this. So this is what a peak demand, right? 6 to 8 p.m. Now we'll have one more peak demand morning 8 to 10 a.m. Right? Remaining meanwhile, so the same generator is now supplying more energy. The same generator for this every kind of electrical appliances. Right? So remaining time என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா this is a many what could I say customers they are just going to connecting their load in this particular time period, right? So what actually they will do instead of so என்ன பண்ண போலாம் அப்படின்னா so இந்த டைம்ல there is now direct disconnecting, right? So peak clipping நம்ம பார்த்திருக்கோம் இல்லையா? So many companies they need to disconnect their appliances during this time period, or maybe they need to switch it into their diesel generator. So instead of uh, buying a power supply from utility grid, they just isolated from network and they will just go into diesel generator. So அப்படி diesel generator போகாம என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா they will do actually. So they will try to purchase many number of battery bank in their company, and during this time, right, so during morning 10 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. they just going to store their utility electricity grid power supply into my battery bank, right? So rows of battery bank, they're just going to store it. So, right. So once the battery bank is now getting full, right, fulfilled, and after 6 to 8 p.m. So once the network is now getting isolated, so now they will just going to consuming this power, right? So battery bank storage and the energy they're just going to utilize it. So this is what called a valley filling. So now somewhat peak demand is now getting neglected, as well as my valley is now filled. There is a smooth load curve is going to be happen, right? So this is what my load curve. So in the battery store பண்றதுக்கான energy நீங்க utility power supply இருந்தே store பண்ணிக்கலாம். But on the storing time it should be before or maybe after peak hour இருக்கணும், right? And the same way renewable energy. So if you're just going to install the many solar batteries in our rooftop of our company, and you could able to store those energy in battery pack, and once the battery is full, and you could able to utilize those energy in my peak hour, right? This is what I actually called peak valley, right? This is what called peak valley as sorry valley filling, right? So valley filling is one of the techniques, so you could able to reduce your peak demand thing, right? You could able to reduce it. சிம்பிளா என்னன்னா பீக்கை விட நான் எனர்ஜி கன்சியூம் பண்றதை ஸ்டாப் பண்ண போறேன் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பீப்புள். ஸோ அப்போ என்ன பண்ண போறோம்னா அந்த சமயத்தில் எனக்கு மிஷின் ரன் பண்ணியே ஆகணும். அப்புறம் வந்துட்டு அப்போ அந்த 2 hours நான் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணக்கூடாது இல்லையா? அப்போ என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா தே ஜஸ்ட் கோ இன்டு டீசல் ஜெனரேட்டர் பவர் சப்ளை. ஸோ நான் டீசல் ஜெனரேட்டருக்கு போனால் அகைன் ஐ நீட் டு பை டீசல், ரைட்? டீசல் எனர்ஜி அண்ட் ஐ நீட் டு ஹாவ் அ டீசல் ஜெனரேட்டர், ரைட்? ஸோ அதுக்கு காஸ்ட் ஆகும் இல்லையா? ஸோ வாட் ஆக்சுவலி தே வில் ஜஸ்ட் கோ வித் இட். ஸோ அதுக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன பண்ணணும்னா ஸோ ரோஸ் ஆஃப் பேங்க் ஆஃப் பேட்டரி நீங்கள் வச்சுக்கணும் இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில. And before 6 p.m., right? So morning the energy utility grid energy, or maybe if having a solar panel or wind energy or biogas energy, அது என்ன பண்ணணும்னா we need to convert it into common electrical energy. அது என்ன பண்ணணும் இந்த பேட்டரி பேங்க்ல ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். ஸ்டோர் பண்ணிட்டு once the batteries get filled, அந்த எனர்ஜியை evening 6 to 8 p.m. யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Anyway, you could able to manage your industries, right? That's why it's called valley filling. Say load curve pathina peak illama smoother, right? So this also will helps to reduce peak demand, valley filling. So this is one more important thing that's called load shifting. So load shifting, what actually they will do, right? So load shifting they will just take took a short array, survey, right? Actually this survey will help about that particular power supplier. I mean, for example, I'm just talking about TangerGo. They will just have a quick overall survey about my customers. What are the customers? They're just connecting their loads in that particular time period, 6 to 8 p.m. peak demand time, right? They will identify those customers and they will call them, or maybe they will have a one more signed contract. So just these are the customers. For example, food industry, car manufacturing, bike industry, we'll have textile industry, we'll have a number of industries, parts manufacturing industry. They will identify those customers, bigger electrical consumer customers. The energy supplier who actually supply, they are just going to call them and they're just to give you another slot, right? So total 24 hours energy generated பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருக்கும். 24 hours they just supply that energy. They will just suggest them. So don't consume this much energy from 6 to 8 p.m. You could able to move into another slot, right? So before 6 p.m. or maybe after 10 p.m. So they will just privately they will just call them. They will just going to alert them, right? So by doing this, so you could able to shift the load from my peak demand. So we are just going to shift them customers, right? So they are just going to consuming that same energy in a shift different time period. So then definitely it will help them to reduce what could you say, peak demand. So totally we'll have three traditional method will be there to reduce our peak demand in our thermal station. One is a peak clipping, right? Simply you're just going to directly control or maybe directly disconnecting or reconnecting your customer side appliances. And value filling is nothing but using renewable sources, right? So by using those renewable energy, we could able to again you're just going to recalling from peak time and load shifting, right? So these are the three important techniques which will be available to reduce my peak demand. And what are the steps to be involved in entire demand side management, right? So in the three steps are more important. These are the three important what could I say, three important methods, traditional methods will be available to reduce my peak demand. So in the steps law, we'll see procedure wise, right? So what are the overall flow about my demand side management? So first thing, we need to for a thermal power station. I'm just talking about thermal power station. So thermal power station, every demand side management, focus every now வந்துட்டு start பண்ணுவாங்க, right? We'll see one by one. First thing, so they need to have a demand forecast, right? So next year with the help of my past historical data, right? So every year, right? So every year the power is now getting demand, right? So every year that growth, right? So electrical consumption, right? It will be much high. So that's why every year of that's called my power demand, that's called it's getting very, and then definitely we need to have forecasting about my demand. So in the last 10 years la எவ்வளவு பவர் வந்துட்டு கன்சியூம் பண்ணிருக்காங்க as a normal people. ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல எப்படி அவங்க வந்துட்டு டிமாண்ட் இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிற ஃபோர்காஸ்ட் வி நீட் டு டூ. ஸோ அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி வி நீட் டெவலப் forecasting procedure. So as a thermal power station. Second thing, definitely they need to identify the load pattern, right? So actually எப்படி கஸ்டமர்ஸ் வந்துட்டு எனர்ஜியை கன்சியூம் பண்றாங்க, எந்த டைம் பீரியட்ல, எந்த சீசனல் வேரியேஷன்ஸ்ல, ரைட்? விண்டரா சம்மரா, எந்த சீசன்ல how much energy they just consuming, and what are the variations, right? They just consuming. So this is the overall procedure about my entire demand side management in our thermal station, right? First thing, we need to forecasting about the demand, and we need to identify the exact load pattern which following by those customers. That's called a load pattern, right? How actually that the customers they're just going to consuming energy in a periodic way, right? So third thing, peak demand. So we need to fix peak demand. Our some procedure we have seen about three method. One is peak clipping and valley filling and load setting. These are the three important technique which will help to reduce peak demand. So we just now seen, right? So in third number, so first number demand forecast பண்றாங்க thermal stationல. Second என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா load pattern identify பண்ணுவாங்க, right? So how actually that customers they just consuming electricity energy, right? அதுல மூணு கஸ்டமர்ஸ் பார்த்திருக்கோம். ரெசிடென்சியல் ஒரு பேட்டர்னை ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவாங்க, கமர்ஷியல் பீப்புள், இண்டஸ்ட்ரியல் பீப்புள், ரைட்? ரெசிடென்சியல் பீப்புள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சண்டே டு மண்டே டு ஃப்ரைடே ஒரு பேட்டர்னில் இருக்கும், அண்ட் சாட்டர்டே சண்டே இட் வில் பி சம் வாட் ஹை. கமர்ஷியல் பீப்புள் சண்டே மண்டே டு சாட்டர்டே இட் வில் பி வெரி ஹை, அண்ட் சாட்டர்டே சண்டே இட் வில் பி லீவ். Industrial 24 hours 7, so totally the pattern will be different. So we need to identify that customer side pattern, load pattern. And then once we just understood about load pattern, about consumer side electricity pattern, consumer pattern, now we need to focus on reducing peak demand on the particular load pattern. So definitely எப்படி நம்ம reduce பண்ண முடியும், right? So definitely peak clipping I already told that. So it's a direct control method. So we are just going to directly disconnecting or connecting that customer side equipment, that's called load equipment. So for that purpose, we need controlling equipment. So we need a controller, right? Definitely. And for example, valley filling, definitely we need to introduce renewable energy, right? So by using renewable energy, you could able to increase our load, right? So in the form of an peak demand side, we are just going to reducing that load. We are just going to increasing the load total hours, right? And same with load shifting. We are just going to shift the peak load. We are just going to shift the peak load to off peak hours. I already told them they will individually call them, right? So whoever the customer, they're just going to consume much energy. Privately, they'll call them. They just have one more contract and just go with it. So in the time period energy அதிகமாக கன்சியூம் பண்ணாங்க, we'll move with it to another time slot அப்படின்னு சொல்லிடுவாங்க. They will just go with it. That's why shift the peak load to off peak hours. So remaining peak hours இருக்குல்ல அது அந்த peak off hours, right? So அங்க அவங்க போயிட்டு எனர்ஜியை கன்சியூம் பண்ணிப்பாங்க, right? So these are the important technique which will reduce our peak demand, right? And identify the target sectors and end users and methods, right? So once we have implemented three techniques like this, right? So once we just implemented these three techniques, we need to identify those customers load pattern once again. So we need to collect entire information about my load curve as well as my entire historical data, right? With the help of these data only, again I'm just going to remodify this pattern, right? So with the help of historical data, and we are just doing a post analysis, right? Through my load curve, we are just going to again identify the errors, right? So once we are just identified, and we are just going to again remodify it, right? Those things. And finally, right, so we need to for example, even though we couldn't able to reduce our peak demand in the sense, right? So if you are just installed three types of techniques, right? Even though you couldn't able to manage your peak demand, then finally we need to introduce about my I need to increase my installed capacity of about my thermal station. Definitely I need to increase my installed capacity. So for that purpose I need to introduce one more power plant, or maybe I need to introduce my new renewable energy. So for that purpose, definitely it needs financing, right? That's why we need to go with it individual project financing about my participants, right? So then finally, we'll have a review cost sharing. So we have about for small single 600 megawatts energy generation plant, about we need to spend about 5,000 crores, right? So definitely 5,000 crores and payback it will start, right? Definitely it will have that money. It will need to be return. Will need to get it back, right? We need to get it back through my tariff rate, right? So that's why investment நம்ம மறுபடியும் எனக்கு கிடைக்கணும் அப்படின்னா definitely tariff rate increase பண்ணுவாங்க about their company, right? That's called TANGERCO, the tariff rate. And finally, we'll go with it identifying the new customer class, or maybe we are just going to move with it new types of power plant, right? So finally, benefit analysis. How much money we actually TANGERCO 5,000 crores invest பண்ணி ஒரு thermal power plant construct பண்ணிருக்காங்க, how much any they will get it back, right? That's why we need to go with it. And environmental analysis also, they just need to focus, right? How much coal energy we have fired, and CO2 emission how much, right? So these are the things we need to focus into account. Definitely these are the things also much important, right? So we have run about the coal thermal power plant, it will be around 360 days. Definitely we're just firing a coal inside my furnace. Definitely it will introduce my CO2 emission into my environment. Definitely we need to consider those things also, right? So these are the about 10 steps, right? So it will be required on my demand side management, right? So first step, forecasting. Second, identify load pattern. Third one, peak demand reducing concepts. And fourth one, identify the load curve once even though we have applied a peak load reduced concept, right? And then identify the financing to improve our maybe we need to increase our installed capacity, and review about cost sharing, and about my new program. So new what are the new possible way to improve my plant, or maybe we need to design a new plant, right? And last step, cost analysis as well as the environmental impact rates. These are the things we need to be considered about demand side management. And we'll move with that one more topic, that's called what are the methods it will be available, right? So we have already seen this three things, right? So peak clipping and value filling, load shifting. Either best thing is not peak clipping as well as load shifting. So in the peak clipping, we have one more direct control, right? So we are just going to controlling the electrical equipment. That's called in the customer side. We are just having a direct control. How actually we are just going to removing, or maybe we are just going to removing this peak clip area, right? So where actually many customers are now consuming the electrical power, and how actually that peak clipping is happening. So I'm no, we are just directly controlling the electrical equipment. That's called consumer electrical appliances, right? So we are just directly turned off, or maybe we are just turned in, right? So how actually it's done? So we have two types on my peak clipping. So that's called one direct control, one is now indirect control. So one is a direct control load management, one is the indirect control load management. Both things it will be used to clip the peak demand time, right? So peak demand la satisfy பண்றதுக்காக we are having two types of technique. It's called peak demand reduce பண்றதுக்கு we'll have method peak clipping. அதுல we'll have two types, direct control, indirect control. We'll see what is actually direct control. So direct control is nothing but this management is now directly connecting or maybe disconnecting your electrical equipment through remote wise or maybe through individual onboard computer, right? So we'll see. So that utility in the sense electrical appliances in a customer side I'm speaking. See, peak demand எப்படி create ஆகுது. So many customers same timeல electricity consume பண்ணாம அந்த டைம்ல electricity power supply பண்றது it will be difficult. That time is now called peak time. அப்ப என்ன பண்ண போறாங்க? So actually peak demand reduce பண்றது definitely customer service is going to stop it, right? So it's not a full time stop பண்ண போறதில்ல. Particular time period la நம்ம stop பண்ண போறோம் around half an hour 1 hour by doing direct disconnecting or maybe reconnecting of your electrical appliances, right? Definitely you could able to modify the end of electrical device, right? So எப்படி பண்ண முடியும்? Definitely for example we are just going to two types of thing it will be there. So direct implementation and we'll have a remote operation. So direct operation என்னன்னா we are just already we have seen, right? So electronic relay or maybe electronic timer, right? So I'm just going to install electronic timer in my end device, end application. So I already told that 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So on the time period la கண்டிப்பா எனக்கு electrical supply வந்துட்டு consume பண்ணக்கூடாது particular the electrical equipment. So நான் timer fix பண்ணிட்டேன்னா அந்த timer வரப்ப அந்த electrical relay is going to be getting turned on as well as my electrical appliance is getting isolated from electricity grid. So this is what my new as well as in utility side we are going to introduce. Right, the same way, definitely on the electronic timer as well as actuator, which is now required about small money. Definitely, it will need a additional equipment to be installed on my consumer side, right? So this is what important thing. So as a consumer side, right, they need to purchase an additional equipment that should be installed in my consumer side in such a way they will just automatically it will going to be turned on, automatically it's going to be turned off, right? So we'll have one more thing is now called utility remote control process, right? So this is what called utility remote. It's like you have done many projects, right? So you have crossed about many project too, or maybe some of the project context, right? So you may cross about onboard controller and you have a control over my mobile phone. That's called IoT based control. This is called my remote control, right? So if you're having your field in or somewhat 50 kilometer away from your home, you could able to turn on your electrical pump through your mobile phone using internet. Maybe there is one more IoT device is now physically available at my field side, at my irrigation side. We could able to send a command signal from your mobile phone through my internet connectivity, and there is a one more connectivity IoT device which will be connected in my field side. It will receive that command and it will activate your pump, right? So this is what called my uh, remote control thing, right? So definitely these things also it will involves money, right? So definitely on the remote controller we need to install those electrical equipment and circuits. It will cost money, right? It will cost something. That's why direct control load management, right? So it will need to install additional equipment in such a way that it could able to control our electrical equipments, right? So we'll see different of examples will be there. So now I'm just going to moving into a little fast, right? So that's called AC unit operation in our home or maybe a commercial building. Definitely could able to directly control your AC unit with the help of my remote, or maybe you could able to control your onboard computer, onboard microcontroller, right? Definitely could able to control your AC unit independently or maybe dependently. You could able to control over those AC unit operations, right? So I'm not going too much into explanation because AC unit எப்படி ஒர்க் ஆகும் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். That's why I'm just going to go with it. So 24 hours எங்களுக்கு இந்த ஏசி ரன் ஆக தேவையில்லை, ரைட்? ஜஸ்ட் காட் ஐடியா 24 hours நம்ம ரன் பண்ண தேவையில்லை ஏசியை. So now I'm just going to fix about my room temperature 20 degrees Celsius in the sense, right? So 20 degrees Celsius room temperature automatic வந்துச்சுன்னா the AC is getting turned off. 23 degrees Celsius போச்சுன்னா the AC is now going to be turned on. So this by doing this on off controller, so we could able to have a control period. So that's called on off. Definitely just going to control our electricity consumption, right, over here. So I'm just talking about one AC. So just imagine in our 100 floor hotel, just imagine per floor it will be 10 room, 10 into 100 room, it will be around. You could just calculate the room numbers, right? So every room is now fitted with AC. Just imagine how much energy we could able to save, and we could use control it by using IoT based automation. So in IoT based also we could introduce recommend IoT devices, right? So Wi-Fi device we need to install. So definitely it will cost. So the payback it will start after later, right? So every payback start out because we are amount electricity spending amount is now getting down, and definitely could have payback later, right? And we'll have water pumping operation. That's why we don't turned in by using our command remote control signal. Definitely could have that pumping operations also. And we'll go with that one more technique that is called indirect method. So direct method நல்லா watch பண்ணீங்கன்னா definitely we need to purchase a new controller or maybe a IoT based devices which will basically so directly you are just going to cut off electricity on my customer side. This is what my first thing that is called direct control. We are just going to directly disconnect your electrical appliances or maybe we are connecting reconnecting your electrical appliances directly. In second case indirect control mode where actually here we are just going to control indirect method, right? It's going to be right economic measure. For example, we are just having a billing period about 30 days, right? So we are just having a billing period 30 days once. So in industry, instead of 30 days once, we'll have a per day electricity consumption bill. Billing cycle it will be different, right? So we'll have the different billing thing, right? So it will be getting delivered. So இது எப்படி பண்ண முடியும்? இப்படி பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? We'll have different tariff and a different pricing mechanism will be introduced. That's called billing cycle. We are just going to introduce. So அப்படிங்கிறப்ப we could have one more idea. We'll have one small example. So last month we have just, for example, last month we have paid about 1,000 rupee electricity bill in the sense, right? So next month it will be around 2,000. We'll have that quick recall. Oh, this month we have consumed much energy. Okay. Say if it's so like this, right? So we couldn't able to reduce our electricity energy. So in some cases it will be like this, right? For day wise, right? So for we are just going to introduce instead of a small meter, we are just going to introduce smart meters in our home. By introducing of those smart meters, we'll have that a daily basis energy consumption data. So today it will be 50 rupee we have consumed. அப்படிங்கிற இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கிடைச்சதுன்னா tomorrow we will have that sudden response, right? So நேத்தே எனக்கு 100 rupee நம்ம கன்சியூம் பண்ணிட்டோம், இன்னைக்கு நம்ம தேவையில்லாத எனர்ஜிலாம் வேஸ்ட் பண்ணக்கூடாது, லைட் ஃபேன் மோட்டர்ஸ் just going to reduce it. By having these billing cycle as well as a different tariff as well as pricing mechanism, definitely you could able to control your load. That is called a load, right? Electrical load. So this is what called indirect. So அங்க பார்த்தோம்னா டைரக்டா எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் அப்ளையன்ஸை ஸ்டாப் பண்ணோம், மேபி டிஸ்கனெக்ட் பண்ணோம், ரீகனெக்ட் பண்ணோம். பட் எங்க எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் அப்ளையன்ஸை நம்ம ஸ்டாப் பண்ணல, பட் எவ்வளவு மணி வந்துட்டு இருக்கு, எவ்வளவு எனர்ஜி கன்சியூம் பண்றோம், எவ்வளவு மணி நம்ம பே பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிற இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் நமக்கு கிடைக்குது. By having those awareness, we are just going to optimizing our load consumption, right? This is what called indirect load management. So அதை எப்படிலாம் பண்ண முடியும்? That is called time of use, right? So that billing periodல, so இந்த டைம்ல எவ்வளவு எனர்ஜி யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, right? That's called a billing cycle. It will be getting introduced. It will have that query, right? So we'll have every meters we have installed in our in the industry. Every meter is now going to communicate with my IoT devices, as well as we'll have a pre-built installed device in our industry, and maybe simple IoT devices, right? So it will trigger UV people, right? So every once hour, maybe once in a day, it will show you that data, right? So this day, this much energy we have consumed. அப்படிங்கிற data, real-time data is now coming, right, from our meters, right? By seeing those things, definitely will have much awareness about my energy consumption. Definitely, we are just going to optimize our load consumption, right? Definitely. And real-time processing. So we'll have a online metering system will be there. So definitely we'll have a real-time data. Definitely will have that much awareness about my hourly. Maybe that's why I told that. So real-time rates are based on marginal cost supply of electricity, as well as they will vary about my hourly hour. We could able to have hourly data. Definitely, will have more awareness about my electricity consumption. Definitely, it will help you about what could I say? You could able to manage your electricity energy consumption device. Will be we are just going to maintain our electricity equipment. We're just going to run a smooth and optimal manner, right? So these are the overall things which we have discussed, right? So this is where actually I'm going to stop it over here from here, and because of this is the repeated syllabus which may repeated one more slides, it will be look like again demand side management. So they data repeat again, no issues, right? Now I'm just going to recall once again. These are the two methods will be implemented on my management of electrical power demand management. That is called a direct control, indirect control. Direct control will have direct control mechanism we need to be installed on my load side, where actually in indirect method we are just going to use time of use tariff or maybe real time pricing. So with the help of this thing, result to indirect method by weaving money, we are just going to have much awareness on my energy consumption. So இந்த டேல இவ்வளவு எனர்ஜி நீங்க கன்சியூம் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, இவ்வளவு பே பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு டேட்டா டே பை டே நமக்கு கிடைச்சதுன்னா நெக்ஸ்ட் வீக்ல என்ன பண்ணுவோம், we are just going to have much awareness. Definitely we are just going to waste என்ன பண்ண மாட்டோம், எனர்ஜி வேஸ்ட் பண்ண மாட்டோம். Definitely we are just going to use energy in optimal manner. That's why this is called indirect load management, right? So this is what load side demand management, as well as we'll have the same name, supply side management. Both are same, right? Load side and supply side both are same. Demand side, sorry, demand side as well as supply side both are same, right? So this will the overall be about those things, right? So by doing this thing, right? So I'm just going to, so it's simple textbook data, right? So now by using lighting, cooling, HVAC system, heating, ventilation, refrigeration, right? So by doing what could I say, uh, by using on site controller, definitely could able to reduce this much energies, right? So these are the things which will be followed, and some of ebooks will be available in our this slides. I'm just going to upload in our Google Classroom notes, as you can just download later. Now I'm just going moving into one more new side. So these all the extra data. Just if you're just having free time, just go with it. But this load side that is called a demand side management is now here it will be stopped, right? From this real time pricing order stop right? These are some extra data. The same data which I just got it from the different side. That's why I just clubbed it together here, right? Same data is going to be repeated over there. Now we are just going to moving into one more new topic, right? In our and moving into a new topic. Second. Okay, you could see my screen, right? It's getting sharing. Yeah. So this is one more new topic, right? So utility monitoring and the control system. It's energy management, utility monitoring, as well as control system. This is the last topic in our module 3. But even though we'll have 3 more topics will be there about my introduction topics, we'll see. These are some important as well as bigger questions, right? In our university exams, they will ask, right? But still we are having 3 more topics. We'll see by tomorrow also, right? So now today actually we see one more topic that is called energy management, utility monitoring, and the control system, right? Actually, utility monitoring in the sense, what are the energies, right? We are consuming in industries. Definitely, we need to monitor those energy. Without monitoring, definitely we could able to measure that. Without measure, we couldn't able to analyze. Without analyze, we couldn't able to control. So these are the overall view about energy management. So utility monitoring in the sense, definitely we need to monitor our what are the utilities, right? So we are just consuming in our industries. So commonly we're speaking about industries, right? So around 4 types of energy that's going to utilize. So that is called electricity energy, water, steam, compressed air, diesel energy. So definitely we need to measure or maybe monitor those energies. For that purpose, definitely we need different kind of sensors we need to be installed on those industries. Definitely we need to install sensors. Those sensors will have different varieties for different measuring properties, right? So we need different, that's why it's called utility monitoring. If you're just going to control, definitely we need control over there, right? So for that control, we need to purchase electrical controller, as well as we need sensors and we need actuators, right? So we need a overall control software we need. It's like a SCADA and PLC, right? So these are some of industrial controllers, and there's all the things which is needed in this particular topic, right? So these are the evolution about my control system, that is called 1970 onwards it started, and it will be going, right? Why actually 1970? So because of that period only, that silicon based chips, right? So that's called microprocessor and microcontroller, that communication, right? Every computational power of my computer is now, everything is now getting improved, right? That's why my overall that's metering data we could able to send through my entire the thing, right? It will be now going with that, right? So in olden days, we'll have three types of controller, that is called utility control system. It will be electromechanical timer. After that, some of 20 years now electronic analog controllers came. After 19th century, it will be now around 20th century, we'll have a digital controller, right? We'll see. Right. So these are the some of the evolution of about my controllers, right? So first thing is now electro plus mechanical timer. After that, it will be coming into my electronic controller. So last thing is now digital controllers. So now after 20th century. So we'll have a three, that is EMCS in the sense energy management control system, right? So in energy management control system, we'll have three different things. That's called a local control model, command control, and personal control. So local control in the sense, right? So the control technique, right? It will be available in my equipment, that is called application set, right? So if you're having a, for example, I'm just having a uh, controller as well as sensor, right? So everything is now available at my local set, right? So for example, if it's going to control my AC, that's called air conditioner in our home or maybe industry, right? The control is going to be available at my that room itself, and the decision, right? So that controller, it needs took a decision. The decision itself, it's going to be there in my room itself. There is no command which is now received by that controller, right? It's a decision is going to be taken by that controller itself, and that controller is now present in the inside that particular AC, and it will be locally, it will be there, right? That's why it's called local control module, right? So it will, that sensors, it will be available inside room, and actuator will be available inside room, and that sensor is now definitely what could I say, it's going to be sensing my physical environment in the form of temperature, and the temperature is now converted into common electrical continuous signal. That continuous signal is called analog signal. That again, that analog signal is now converted into my digital signal. That digital signal is now sent to my onboard microcontroller, and onboard microcontroller it will reference, it will compare with my reference data, and with that it's going to deliver my digital signal output as output. That digital signal is now again converted to my analog signal. That analog signal is now going to be control my control element. That control element is now going to be communicated to my command module. That command module is now again convert my digital value into analog. That analog value is now going to be control my airflow into that room. So everything is now closed path. That's called a closed control system. That everything is now available in my inside room itself, right? That's why it's local control. So now we'll have that command control method. That's called command control module. It is nothing but that signal which is now receiving, right? The controller, it took the decision, right? So on the decision based upon command signal, it's going to be took, right? So in the command signal, it will be coming from outer side that room. So that's called IoT based control, we have already seen, right? So your field is now somewhere about 50 kilometers, and we are just going to control those motors from here, right? Through my communication module, right? So that's why it's called my command control module, right? By receiving that command from outside, definitely that controller is going to be take a decision. That this is why it's called command control module. So personal computer model in the sense, so right, we'll have a number of controller, we'll have a number of sensors in an industry, a number of meters, a number of sensors, right? So every data should be stored in somewhere. Definitely that the entire historical data should be stored in backup, and for further purpose we are just going to use it, right? And every controller is going to be took a decision. Definitely it needs a further biggest what could I say, that processing computer should be much faster, you know. For that purpose we also use a personal computer interface. So these are the three what could I say, local characteristics about my energy management control system: local command module, command control, and personal computer. We'll see one more by introducing this. These are the different types of control modules. Definitely could able to save about 10 to 15% of your peak demand energy, right? By introducing these things, we'll see one by one. Right. For example, I already told that. Right. So if company people will face these problems, right? So right, utility monitoring system in the sense, definitely these people will have much energy they're just going to consume. Right. So energy people they're just using gas energy and water energy they will use, right? And compressed air energy they will just use, and electricity energy they will use, right? So these are the energies they will use in industries. If you're not having any monitoring systems over there in my measuring this energy, definitely they will have a lack of fast and lack of control of your utility consumption. So if you're not having any measuring devices over there, definitely will have lack of control on this particular consumption, right? Definitely will just lead to inaccurate accounting. Definitely metering processing panlana, definitely it will lead to inaccurate accounting of production cost affect panna, right? Definitely. And high penalties will be going to be there if you're not having any demand meter, demand maximum demand energy meter. If you're not having an industry, definitely we're just going to crossing our contracted maximum demand power. Definitely they will just charge about high penalties. And finally it leads you high consumption of utilities. So these are the things is now going to be happen in industries, right? So if you're not having utility monitoring systems, utility monitoring system is nothing but kandipa what are the utilities we are just going to consume அப்படிங்கறத watch பண்ணணும். Based upon industries that utility is going to be changed, right? Common utilities பார்த்தீங்கன்னா electricity energy, water, gas, steam, and will have a compressed air. These are the common utility energy. So the monitor பண்ணணும்னா definitely I need sensors, I need a networking devices, right? I need a central data storage device systems, right? So that's called a data acquisition system is needed. It's like a SCADA, right? So it's industry speaking, definitely SCADA, right? So it's what the most important thing. So supervisory controller and data acquisition system, right? So definitely in sensor, you know, in a sensor, in a sensor, we'll have different types of sensor. Electricity energy core sensor is one, gas energy, water energy, compressed air. We'll have different types of energies, different types of sensors. This every sensor is now communicate with my communication network module. That's called Modbus CAN bus, right? So this CAN bus Modbus data is now received by Ethernet cable through my network port analyzer. Will have a onboard computer. We'll just going to store it. So this is what my entire thing is now called a scale, right? We'll see. So even thing is now it will be it's all the problems which will like industry people will face, right? So the எப்படி நம்ம solutions கண்டுபிடிக்கலாம். Definitely, right? I need appropriate monitor system is needed. So for that purpose, I need to install many types of sensors and input output modules. That is called metering system. I need to install my in our industry. That in meters should be advanced meters, not a traditional meter. We need to install advanced meter or smart meter. So these meters only able to send this signals, right? So traditional meter பார்த்தீங்கன்னா read மட்டும் தான் பண்ணும், count பண்ணும். It's like a wheel மாதிரி count பண்ணும். It's not going to be communicated with any other device, electronic devices. But like my electronic devices, it will has its own onboard computer, microcontroller. It has its own input output card. Definitely, it could able to interface with any other devices, outer world devices. That's why we need to go with somewhat advanced meters. So those advanced meters is now right. So it will going to measure my water energy, gas energy, and extra. And these meters is now again, this data is now going to be sent into my analyzer through my network, right? And after that, my personal computer that's called my onboard industry computer is going to be give you visualized data, right? So this is why it's called SCADA. We'll see one more thing. So by through these things, what are the benefits you could able to reduce? Definitely, you will have a reduction of production cost, right? And as well have an online utility monitoring. These are the most important point, right? So you will have that online utility monitoring systems will be available because every data should be monitored through meters. Definitely, will have an online utility monitoring will be available, as well as you could able to predict as well as identify the failures, right? So because we are having we have installed many meters, right? So that's why you could easily identify the location of failures easily, right? So these are the things is going to be happen. Right, so these are a small example about my utility system, right? For example, we are just going to measure gas energy as well as water consumption energy. So for that purpose, we need to install meters about particular node. We are just going to install those meters. That's called advanced meters. We are just going to introduce. right? These advanced meters definitely able to communicate with those data in the form of digital data through my network port. This is called my RS485 thing. That is called my input data, which is now always it will be sensor is always that's called transducer, always it's giving a electrical signal. This signal is now coming back into my RS485 cable about 400 meter to the 800 meters, right? So after that we'll have Modbus, and we'll have that Ethernet converter, and we'll have that Ethernet cable. It will be kilometer, it will be kilometer line. After that it will be coming back into my server. That's called this is called my central server, right? So these are the called utility thing. You could see these are the my utility. And ND20, right? So ND20 in the sense power analyzer about my electrical energy, right? So we could from N you just Google it. So ND20 is a meter which can able to measure voltage, current, phase angle, phase power, and watts, everything we could able to measure. So these things, right? So these advanced meters also is going to be communicated to my RS485 Modbus cable, and these data is also now it will be converted into my Ethernet cable, and every data is now coming back into my central service station. And where actually we'll have that software program. So these different types of meters data will have that visualized data over here. This is called my online monitoring for utility systems, right? So with the help of installation of various meters in our location of various industry meters and network communication, right? Definitely could have a online monitoring about your utility system, right? It's like a SCADA, right? So we'll have that real-time data acquisition over system over here. We could have that visualization over here also. We could able to store it, and we could have analyze runtime analyze also. We could do. So this is what my utility monitoring system, right? We'll see electricity monitoring system also. So by using electricity, we'll have one more energy utility. So definitely, if not having any monitoring system on electricity energy, we'll face this type of problem, right? So definitely, we'll have a uncontrolled shutdown. It will be happening, right? So and harmonic discharge is going to be happening. Voltage dip is going to be happening. If you're not having any utility monitoring system, it will be available in electricity energy. So the kind of solutions, definitely, I need to install electricity meter. So we need to install appropriate meters and network analyzer to monitor electricity energy, right? So in each switch gear. So the thermal station என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, in every substation, every switch gear system, every end of my electrical customer side, we need to install meters. Those meters is now sends the signal, and those signals is now sent immediately to my thermal power station. The power station itself, they just going to visualize how much energy we are generating, how much energy we are exporting, how much energy we are just transmitting, how much energy we are just supplying. So this is every data we are just going to visualize in a thermal station, power station itself, right? So now we could see these are the switchgear 1 and switchgear 2, and these are the substation transformer ND1, ND2, ND3. So these substation transformer and these interconnecting switchgear systems, every data, right? So we are just now we are just having converted into my RS 230 485 to 230 485, and this signal which is now coming into my common plant computer network Ethernet cable, and this entire signal is now received by my entire server, and we'll have that real-time data monitoring over here, right? So these are the voltage, these are the my ampere. So at the transformer 1, at the transformer 2, at transformer 3. So this every data we could able to visualize in a graphical manner. So by doing this continuous monitoring, definitely you could able to achieve a much efficiency of your running about thermal power plant. Right. With that, I'm just going to conclude here, and we'll meet by tomorrow. I think we have crossed 3 o'clock. That's why I'm just going to pause it over here, and we'll meet by tomorrow. Thank you all. One second.